final one. And lads, I am scared. At least I don't have to pour a box of spiders on my face. Hello, I am the Irish guy. And yes, this is my Premier League prediction series where I go head to head with other YouTubers. And lads, this is who was on last week.
My forfeit for this week is that the Irish guy will do every single forfeit that has been sent across this season. But to be fair to him, we're going to let him pick 5 that he doesn't have to do.
Yeah, that's a horrendous forfeit. The worst forfeit! He's top with 86 points. Does somebody want to break the News to Anfield agenda? After being top since the very first week, sitting pretty, he's actually now being dethroned at the last minute by Adam Pearson. I would imagine that's gonna taste like poisoned blueberries in his mouth, or like he's just licked a chunk of broccoli. Anfield agenda is no longer top. Adam Pearson is. What? Well, lads, as it is the final week, I had an unnamed guest pull out at the last minute. So right now, today, I don't have a guest. But it's okay, because I so badly need somebody to knock Adam Pearson off his perch. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing what? 30 plus forfeits next season? So I don't really trust anyone other than myself. So this is going to be a week where my points total counts. And it's up to me. I need a miracle. An absolute miracle to have a perfect set of predictions and drag Pearson off the top. I need this. I absolutely need this. Or else Adam Pearson wins. I'm getting really desperate now, but I have to. I have to somehow pull a rabbit out of a hat and beat Adam Pearson. Oh dear. Right, let's go. Bournemouth versus Leicester. Well, this didn't take a genius. Do you honestly think I'm going to back a complete turkey donkey turnip like Ruud van Nistelrooy to outsmart a super caustic Andoni Iraola? It would make about as much sense as if I were to back a bumblebee to bite off a chunk of the moon. Leicester City leaving Bournemouth's ground with a win is about as likely to happen as me sneezing a Jigglypuff out of my nose. I'm sorry. Well, Leicester have been complete and utter wet, soggy bananas all year. And what I find funny is that Jamie Vardy is choosing to sit out this match. Which, I mean, I get it. Okay, he wants to preserve his sickeningly satisfying 200 goals in 500 games for the club. But I don't know, the more I think about it, you're a long time retired. When he's 64 years old and needs a nurse to help him poo, he'd probably give anything to be back on the Premier League pitch. So to just sacrifice this one, instead of choosing to sit in the stands, eating Maltesers instead, it's weird. But yeah, Bournemouth win, of course, 3-0, Evan Nielsen with a hat-trick. Next, Fulham versus Man City. I think this is going to be a delicious watch. I think this is going to be one of those end-of-season matches where there's going to be loads of goals. I mean, the fact Man City could actually end this season sitting 6th in the league, that is an absolute disgrace. And I think those players, they're going to be nervous. I mean, why wouldn't they be? Can you imagine if City don't qualify for the Champions League? It will be nothing short of a complete and utter disaster. Those players are going to be forced to spend the month of July chilling with Eskimos in a cramped, smelly igloo, where the City players are forced to eat grilled penguin and go to the toilet and empty tins of baked beans. So I actually think Fulham are going to give City a scare. At halftime, I think Fulham will be 2-0 up after goals from Raul Jimenez and Alex Iwobi. It's going to frighten Man City. Pep Guardiola is going to look like he's just seen a ghost eating popcorn in his bath. So I think it's going to be one of those epic final day Man City comebacks. Jeremy Doku, Erling Haaland, and you know what? Why not Ilkay Gundogan for his first Premier League goal of the season? Ipswich versus West Ham. Ipswich are already relegated, so they might as well just give up, right? All the players might as well throw their shin pads on the bonfire. They should sack off training and just spend the last few days watching SpongeBob on DVD, with each player's clutching a sad little Capri Sun. Right? Wrong. Ipswich have everything to play for. They cannot finish second bottom of the league. It doesn't look right for your first Premier League season in decades. You cannot finish lower in the table than the side who went half a year without scoring a goal at home. Leicester have spent 14 of the last 17 weeks sitting 19th. This is Ipswich's first week sitting second bottom of the league in months. I'm sorry, but for Kieran McKenna's career, he cannot finish below this Leicester team. And I think you will snatch your 18th back. 4-0, Delap with 2, Enciso and Hurst with the other goals, as West Ham bring the curtain down on a horrendous season. Honestly, I'd give Potter the chop now. Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. Well, this is going to be a Liverpool title party. This thinks of when Man City lifted the Premier League title in 2021 after smashing Everton 5-0. I mean, imagine being told that a sad little man in the Toffees dugout, having his dignity ripped apart and fed to the Swans, would still have 2 Champions League titles left in his locker, would win an award of the Ballon d'Or, and is going to have a crack at trying to win the World Cup with Brazil. Wow, but I think Liverpool would absolutely destroy Crystal Palace in an explosion of goals. 5-0. Diaz, Salah, Szoboszlai, McAllister, and even Nunes. Man United versus Aston Villa. Aston Villa make me scared. I want Newcastle to get back into the Champions League. I really do. I want to witness the likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona rock up at St. James's Park. But a club who could break Newcastle's heart on the final day have already done it. Aston Villa, they relegated Newcastle in 2009, days before my birthday, with my childhood hero scoring the own goal to send us down. Oh, of course. That was a very Irish guy relegation. Villa fans were laughing at Newcastle. It was a horrible, horrible day. And I fully felt like getting sick of my Cocoa Pops. Villa couldn't ruin Newcastle's season again. Could they? This is a team in unbelievable form, looking for their 9th win in 10 league matches. Emery's Villa are on an absolute world-class run of form, and they're coming up against a fallen giant who are so far in the mud that Amarin probably has worms in his nose. There's only one winner here. Villa. 2-0, Watkins and Mallon, but still, I still don't think that 9 wins for the final 10 league games will be enough to scrape Champions League football, which actually feels very unfair. Newcastle versus Everton. This is gonna be a scary match. Newcastle have just watched Sunderland get promoted to the Premier League with a last-minute winner. And now, Newcastle have just won Jordan Pickford clean sheet away from being kicked into the Europa League. This is Pickford's moment. Something he's been waiting for all his life. He has the chance to absolutely ruin the season for the Geordies. All he has to do is turn into a superhuman mini Buffon, and there will be tears at St. James's Park. I almost feel sick. I don't think this will be an enjoyable match. I think it'll be a horribly tense watch. Magpies will struggle to break down David Moyes' Everton. And yeah, I actually think he'll take a goal in the final 10 minutes. Eddie Howe will empty his bench in sheer desperation. And yeah, in the 84th minute, Newcastle win a penalty, and Callum Wilson converts for his first Premier League goal of the season. Ugh, that's embarrassing. 0 goals for Wilson. He's 5 years younger than Vardy. He's only 33 and has now got the stats of an old man. It was only 2 years ago he was scoring for England. Actual England, having just played in a World Cup. Come on, he's absolutely due a goal. So yes, Wilson, I'm backing you to be the man. Now that I said that, he's probably gonna break his foot pouring milk on his way to Blix. Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea. This is the day. A day where it will be confirmed that Nottingham Forest will not get Champions League football. I know they won't. I've been saying this for months. I don't hate Nottingham Forest, but that club seemed like a sensitive bunch. I mean, why do you think they just banned Gary Neville from the ground? I don't think it's because they think he's gonna nick food from their fridge. It's just because of his mean words. I've been saying all season long that Champions League football for Forest is a cute little dream, but it's more unrealistic than expecting to go for coffee with the Hulk. It's simply not gonna happen, and yeah. Chelsea steal the win, 2-0, Nicholas Jackson and Enzo Fernandez as Forest run out of steam. This will be the day which will absolutely crush Forest's heart, as if you're stomping on a lemon. I promise you, I told you, Forest will not get Champions League football. I told you! Southampton versus Arsenal. Am I crazy? Am I insane? Yeah, maybe. But lads, there is always a completely bonkers final day match which never makes sense. I mean, for some reason, I always remember the final day in 2005 when the title race was wrapped up early doors by Chelsea, and so Arsenal sloppily lost 2-1 at Birmingham. I'm not sure why that game sticks in my brain, but it does. Maybe it's because all the goals were scored in the final 10 minutes. But it just looked like peak sloppiness for the Gunners. It was just a year out from them having gone an entire season unbeaten as golden invincibles. And here they were, so mentally switched off and on the beach that Arsene Wenger was now getting outwitted by Steve Bruce, the king of cheeseburgers. So simply, I think this is going to be a match where the Gunners are asleep. Arteta picks a bunch of kids, and Ramsdale delivers a masterclass against his former club. So yeah, 1-0 Southampton, Fernandes with the winner. Why not? Oh, this looks like a moldy one. I don't want to do this. I'm so sick of bananas. What am I, a monkey as you? Tottenham versus Brighton. This is the match which will cement Manchester United finishing 17th in the table, which is all sorts of laughably awful. I'm sorry, but seeing that huge monster club finishing 4th bottom, it is so ridiculous. It reminds me of when we saw the great Real Madrid end the 03-04 season with 5 straight defeats in La Liga. An absolute disgrace. It was weird to see such a huge epic club behave like that. Seeing Manchester United 17th would be utterly disgusting, but I think that's what's going to happen because Spurs are riding high after that Europa League crown. The atmosphere in the spaceship ground is going to be scarier than lunch with Pennywise, and so yeah, 3-1 Spurs. Richarlison, Welbeck, and Son in with 2. This is going to be a match where Ange Ball clicks. It's gonna be a party, because surely you cannot become champions of Europe, sort of, and then go back to sloppily losing like brain-dead bunnies. Surely not. Surely you have to sign up for the win. Wolves versus Brentford. Well, I haven't predicted any draw so far, so yeah, 1-1, Cunha and Wisa. Why not? So that was the final week of predictions. And lads, I really hope that I have done enough. It would take something absolutely stupendous to beat Adam Pearson, but I'm getting desperate. I need to beat him. So, yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens tomorrow. And I'm already scared for my predictions video, but this is it. We have to beat Adam P. Please. Anyway, that's the end of the 11. Go. What do you think? Enjoy the video. Don't forget to like, share, please. I'll talk to you in a while.